A tree house, a free house, a secret you and me house, a high up in the leafy branches, cozy as can be house, a street house, a neat house, be sure and wipe your feet house, is not my kind of house at all. Let's go live in a tree house. 2 boxes. 2 boxes met upon the road, said one unto the other, if you're a box and I'm a box, then you must be my brother. Our sides are thin, we're caving in, and we must get no thinner. And so 2 boxes hand in hand went home to have their dinner. Did you guess right that these were from Where the Sidewalk Ends? The poems and drawings of Shel Silverstein. If so, congratulations. You were one of many, many kids who grew up with this book, including myself. I believe I had my own copy. Hey guys, I'm Andrew from 510 Books, and it is Monday, April 4th, 2022. I'm in the back of my bookstore, and I am packing up some stuff that sold over the weekend on eBay. Now, I did not make a lot of sales over the weekend, but I did make one fantastic sale, a book. Well, you just saw what the book was in the beginning of the video, but this is a book that this is a book that was from that storage unit buy of over 2,000 books, over 100 boxes of books, which actually came from the previous owners of this bookstore. So that was one of many, many, many that I've sold from there. I still have a lot more up for sale and some that I have not even listed. So that is probably proven to be the most lucrative bulk book buy that I've made. So I listed this back in July, the end of July of 2021, and now we are here in April 4th of 2022. So less than a year, but what is that? 8 months, 9 months, something like that. Basically listed at the beginning of August. And it took quite a while to sell, but it is a unique piece. It's actually a stated first edition of Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. And you probably grew up with this book. If you didn't, I recommend reading it. It's got great drawings, funny poems. It's a classic for sure. So this one is, it says on the copyright page, first edition. Now, and also it's hardcover, so it comes with a dust jacket, and this does have the dust jacket. However, the dust jacket does have some rips and tears and that sort of thing, and lots of wear and staining and age tanning, sun tanning, all that kind of stuff. But it is intact for the most part. The dust jacket is intact, and considering how old it is and that sort of thing, it's not that bad of condition. It was in better condition, could have sold it for more. So let me show you how much I sold it for. Ready, set, go. $400. And it was, I had it up for $4.99. I took the $400 best offer. I was happy to do it. It's been sitting here for quite a while, so when a nice offer comes along that is close to what I had it up for, I am happy to accept that offer because it is a great sale. Yeah, so $400. I was elated to see it come in because, like I said, the sales were slow over the weekend on eBay. So this is the book, and it's all intact, but here in the back, it's torn and frayed and that sort of thing along the edges, but overall not bad. Actually, the front of the inside of the this jacket is clipped front jacket there and there, and then when you open it to, where is it, the copyright page, whoops, you can see it says first edition 1974. Yeah, so it's in pretty great shape considering how old it is, almost 50 years old. When you come across older books and you, especially if you know them, a book like this, it's really a good idea to look and see if it's a first edition. It won't always say first edition on the copyright page, but if it does, then you know it's usually a first edition. I am not a, you know, vintage book scholar. I don't specialize only in these types of books, vintage, older, collectible first edition books, but I've sold enough of them to where it is definitely worth your time and effort to see if it's a first edition and then do a little research to find out if it's a true first edition. And also, sometimes, a lot of times, if it was a very popular book, there will be multiple printings. So you want to find out if it's first edition and then what printing it is. You know, if it's fifth printing, it might still be worth money. Second printing, but if it's first edition, first printing, that is the most valuable book. If it is a book that is valuable, if the first edition copy of it is valuable. So something might be like hardcover of first edition, first printing hardcovers of Harry Potter books, be worth a lot of money, you know. So there's tons of books that'll be worth money. The only other thing that would make it worth more money, one of the other things that's common or possible, is if it was signed. So if this was signed by Shel Silverstein, then of course I could potentially sell it for a lot more money. That's true for any first edition, assuming it's first printing, if it's signed, and of course the condition. If it's in excellent condition, you can get even, you know, more money for it. So you can definitely, I mean, there are vintage or collectible book dealers all over the country and bookshops that specialize in collectible books, even ones that specialize in particular genres or eras, and you know, they know more about that than any other type of genre or whatever specific type of area that they're in or niche that they're in. And you know, they do auctions on those kind of books that can go for thousands, tens of thousands to more because of their condition, maybe being signed, first edition, the rarity of the book as well. If it's super rare, if there weren't that many printed initially, but then it became big, you know, decades later, that can be something to consider as well. But pretty much when you come across older books, if it has the dust jacket, that's even better, of course, than it not. But there's even books that are first editions without the dust jacket. If it initially came with a dust jacket, they can be worth great money as well. So keep that in mind. But if you're more focused on books with barcodes or at least ISBN numbers, you can quickly look up, and you're just going to pass on these, that's fine. It's your prerogative. You know, it's up to your patience, your amount of time you have, the knowledge you have. But the more time you spend on these kind of books, the more money you can make when you're out there sourcing wherever you go, or whether you're getting books in, even if you're buying Gaylords. A lot of times there's going to be older books, and a lot of them won't be worth much money, won't be worth it. But over time, you start to get a sense and a feel for what is worth money, and the ability to identify them, or at least identify that it might be worth, that it's worth looking up. Seeing this one when I first saw it and seeing that it said first edition, you know, I did my research and looked it up and saw that this exact book was going for around what I ended up selling it for, and was excited to come across it. Basically, I've sold a fair amount of valuable first edition books, a lot of sci-fi books and other types of books as well, fiction mostly, occasionally some nonfiction, but a lot of it is fiction that people will collect, and people will pay a lot of money for this stuff. So yeah, so keep that in mind. Don't give up or feel exasperated looking up these kind of books, because like I said, you can diversify your inventory. Whether these are usually better on eBay. You know, you can research them on eBay. You can research them on Abe Books, abebooks.com. There's also Biblio, biblio.com, biblio.com. There's websites, you know, you can look it up and use Google and look it up and see what the first edition is like, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind. I also sold Back to the Future 2. But do you know what this is? Does it even say it? There it is. This is a digital laser video disc, or a laser disc. This is what they look like. They're silver. They look like, they have the size of a record, vinyl record, but they're silver colored. And these were the discs that came out in between VHS and DVD. So these didn't really catch on, but it turns out that they are actually high quality. So some people still use them and watch movies on them because of their quality. And I don't know, people like to collect stuff. So this one sold for, what did this sell for? It sold for $21.99. So this was a nice sale. I only have a few left, guys. This came from a Gaylord, or all of these Laserdiscs came from a Gaylord. I recommend, if you get them for cheap, to put them on eBay and sell them. I also sold this, which I've had for quite a while. Let me see how long ago I listed it. Actually, I only listed it 5 months ago, so it hasn't been that long. This was Oscar Awards 100 Years, it was called. And there are, how many discs are there? Discs 16 through 31. Apparently it has movies on here from the Oscars that have won Oscars, I believe. This isn't the complete set. The complete set can go for more money. I had it up for a while, 5 months. Didn't really get too many nibbles, but an offer came along and I just took it, 20 bucks. Get rid of it. Glad to see it go. All right, guys, those were some sales that I had over the weekend on eBay. I also had a merchant fulfilled sale, $12 CD sale on Amazon, merchant fulfilled, and a couple other lots that sold, but I'm waiting for the payment to come in. So yeah, it was slow, but that amazing first edition Where the Sidewalk Ends sale was awesome. Look for those kind of books because they're out there, and sometimes you can find them at garage sales. You can find them at estate sales, especially. You might be able to find them. I found some of those at library sales, library book sales, that kind of thing. Maybe even thrift stores. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I talk about things having to do with reselling books, media, such as DVDs, such as CDs, such as Laserdiscs, VHS tapes, DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, all kinds of stuff, selling them on Amazon and eBay, as well as locally. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care.